All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're breaking down a super important procedure for the front office, how to handle guest rebates or allowances. This is one of those moments where being precise with money meets giving incredible guest service. It's a big deal.
So, picture this. It happens all the time, right? A guest comes up to your desk, they're looking at their bill, and they've got a question about a charge. How you handle this single moment, well, it's everything. You can either make it a smooth, easy fix, or it can blow up into a real problem.
Okay, first things first, let's get our language right. A rebate, which you'll also hear called an allowance, isn't just a simple refund. It's a very specific credit that we post directly to a guest's account. And it's for two main reasons: to fix a mistake or, and this is just as important, to smooth things over after a service issue. So why do we even need to do this? Well, these rebates, they're a crucial part of running the hotel. And honestly, when you do them right, you can take a really negative situation and flip it into a huge win for the guest relationship.
And here are the big reasons why you might issue one. Of course, there's fixing straight-up billing errors like a double charge. But look at the other ones: service recovery and goodwill. That's where a rebate becomes this powerful tool to show a guest, hey, we heard you, we messed up, and we want to make it right.
But, and this is a really big but, we have to be super clear here. Because a rebate is literally taking revenue away from the hotel, the process has to be rock solid. There are strict controls for a reason. It's all about protecting the hotel's finances and making sure every single adjustment is accounted for.
Okay, so let's walk through the actual process, step by step. It all starts the second a guest brings up an issue. This is where your professionalism really shines. Step one is all about investigation. Put on your detective hat. Don't just assume anything. The first thing you do is just listen. Let the guest explain without cutting them off. Then you dig in. Pull up their folio in the system. Check every detail. Look for receipts. You're gathering the facts. You got to be a pro and show some empathy here. So once you've done your homework and you have the facts, it's time to make it official. And this part is absolutely critical for keeping things controlled and above board. I love this quote from the procedure because it hits on a key idea. Giving a rebate isn't your first move. It's a powerful tool for sure, but you use it when it's really the best and sometimes the only way to truly resolve the problem and make the guest happy. Okay, so based on your investigation, you decide if a rebate is justified. And listen up, you don't just do it. You must get approval from a manager. Once you have that green light, you post the credit and you have to use the exact right transaction code. No shortcuts here. These steps are totally non-negotiable. Now let's talk documentation. Think of this rebate voucher as your best friend. Every single time you process a rebate, one of these has to be filled out completely. This isn't just busy work, This is the official paper trail. It's the proof that shows exactly what happened, why it happened, and who approved it. And the last piece of the puzzle on the back end is your notes in the system. Be clear, be brief, but give the details. The night audit team and the accountants will see this later, and your notes tell them the story. You don't want them having to guess what was going on. All right, the money part is handled. The final and maybe most important step is all about communication. This is how you close the loop with the guest and make sure they walk away feeling good about how things were handled. And please, don't just slide a new receipt across the counter. Print out the new corrected folio and actually point out the adjustment to them. Explain it, make sure they see it and understand it. This is your moment to rebuild that trust and show them you really took care of them. So let's wrap this up with the golden rules. These are the things you always do and the things you never do. No exceptions. Think of these as the guardrails that keep everybody safe and the process totally professional. Rule number one, and it's the most important one, you always get a manager's approval every single time, no matter how small. You never ever post a rebate on your own authority. This protects you and it protects the hotel. Number two is all about accuracy. You have to use the specific code that matches the original charge. So, if you're rebating a room charge, you use the allowance room charge code. Don't just use some generic code. That's like trying to hide what really happened, and it messes up our financial reports. And finally, documentation. You've heard it before. If you didn't write it down, it didn't happen. That rebate voucher needs a clear, simple explanation for why you did it. Leaving it blank is just not an option. This paperwork protects everybody involved. So just remember, get all your paperwork in order for the night auditors.
always be open and honest with the guest, and know that every one of these allowances gets reviewed by the top brass. It's all about being accountable.
You know, when you boil it all down, handling a rebate the right way is so much more than just fixing a bill. It's a chance to prove how professional you are. It's about having integrity, and it's about strengthening that guest's trust in us.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. The next time a guest has an issue with their bill, remember, it's not just a problem, it's an opportunity. With this process, you literally have the power to turn a complaint into a moment of amazing service and create a guest who will want to come back again and again.